there still for marijuana.
Yeah, I know.
Doing life.
That's what I don't understand. How can you have a guy in there doing 20 years? Because, marijuana is a Schedule 1 federally.
Right.
Like up with heroin and everything else. So imagine being in there doing 20 years and then everybody out in life is just walking in, getting a card for $120 and buying the shit.
On the corner.
Yeah.
In some states it's legal for recreational use. So you got life, but it's legal now. They should have let the guys out. I mean, it's fucked up.
They give life for
life, yeah. I mean, guy gets caught with, 200 tons or whatever, bringing in boatloads. You don't get caught. The way the feds work is you get caught with, we'll say, a kilo. And then you plead guilty to the kilo. And you're thinking, all right, first offense, kilo. I'm looking at 5. I get my downward departure for first offense and acceptance of responsibility looking at 3. So, but your pre-sentence investigation comes back. And part of your plea is, where they really used to screw people was, all right, you're pleading guilty to this 1 kilo, but you know that after the pre-sentence investigation comes back, we can upward departure.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, okay, but who the hell do they know? So you're thinking you're going to get 36 months. I know a guy that pled guilty to a kilo and got 20 years because the probation officer is the one that does the PSI, right?
No.
Isn't it?
No.
Who is that?
No. The
pre-sentence investigation is done by the probation department.
Yeah, that's through the probation department. Right.
So they go around and they do this. They talk to, Joe Schmo that's been locked up for 5 years because he knew you. And then all Joe Schmo has to say was, yeah, during this year and that year, I bought 10 kilos from him. So they just add that to the 1 kilo.
Yeah.
With no evidence. Just they called it the preponderance of evidence back then.
Yeah.
And the Apprendi case flipped that. But thousands of guys pleading guilty to 1 kilo and then go sentencing time, and the pre-sentence PSI comes back. You went from level 30 to level fucking 42.
Yeah, then you're buried.
On a first offense, and you got, 30 years. There's nothing you can do about it.
No, you know what? It's the PSR. The PSR, the pre-sentencing report. That's the one.
Yeah,
that
PSI I think is the state. PSR is a pre-sentence report.
The PSR is the one that kills you.
Pre-sentencing report.
When they call, hey, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. How's everything going? You think everything's cool. Boom. Upward departure.
Screwed. And you can't withdraw your plea. You've already pled guilty.
Yeah.
So if you pled guilty, why don't they sentence you right there on the spot?
Well, because they want to drag it out, and they
the PSRs would get you because they go and talk to a bunch of people, and your 1 kilo just became 500.
Well, and they also, if you do get pre-released, then they get to try to fuck you more. Because if you fuck up on pre-release, then they're going to just bury you even more.
Mm-hmm.
So then they let you out. They let you sit around, do your thing. I had a friend that got hit with oil. He was making oil, like marijuana oil. I mean, he didn't get rocked, but he got fucking 7 years for that shit.
For just oil?
Oil. Like, he was just turning it into oil.
Yeah.
I mean, he was going heavy.
Right.
I mean, 7 years.
It's nuts.
I mean, he's out now, but I mean, just imagine looking back that you just lost 7 years of your life, and now half of the country is just walking in and getting it. And a lot of states, you don't even need a card; it's recreational.
Yeah.
And now they're doing mushrooms and everything else. I think it should all be legal.
It will be eventually. They'll go little by little by little because the crimes they're going after, they're going for the money.
Yeah.
And before it was drugs. The drugs is where the money is. And then you got different crimes. As we get technology, there's different crimes. People are robbing people from, middle of the ocean on a damn sailboat.
Yeah, but they're never going to do that here. They're
Make
never
it legal?
They're never going to make everything legal.
There's certain things that you get out of your mind, acid, LSD.
But why not make it legal? At least it's legal. I mean, not legal. At least you know what you're getting.
Right.
So, like, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. And I've said this 100 times. If heroin became illegal, are you going to go in and get heroin?
Never.
Okay. So, but whoever's doing it, they're going to do it.
Yeah, like in...
so maybe 20% would go and fucking try it, but at least it's fucking heroin.
The countries that have it completely legal, like Amsterdam and whatever that Dutch country is.
Portugal.
Yeah,
Portugal.
Where it's legal, and they've got clinics you can go in, you can shoot up under doctor's supervision. Yeah. Drug abuse isn't high.
Yeah.
It's not high at all. It's really low. And then since it's legal, the price is low. And you don't have people robbing people because they can't afford it. So it's, if they made it legal, it'd be... But look at all the jobs they would lose.
Well,
the busts, the confiscation.
yeah,
There's just so much money in it.
They want the article. You know, they want the newspaper article. But what they do in Portugal is, say you get hit with half a kilo of coke, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't put you in jail. They say, okay, look, you know, we're going to help you. Like, if you have it, like, without getting it at the pharmacy or whatever, if you have it, they take the money that they made from legalizing all these drugs and actually have a real rehab where instead of going to jail, like, for 6 months, you have to attend 3 classes a week.
Right, so you can get a job or something.
But it's like one-on-one.
Right.
So it's not like some fucking outpatient bullshit where there's 10 people there, everybody's all fucked up, and everybody's just waiting to go get high again. So when you get popped, you get like one-on-one treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you complete that treatment, they toss it. They don't waste their money on jails.
Yeah. Look, if it's not violent, no one gets hurt. Basically, when you're selling drugs to people, you're not forcing it. You want it, take it. You don't, then fuck off. We'll go somewhere else. Yeah. You know, it's a grown man, you know, an adult is allowed to agree to whatever they want. And they can drink as much as they want, right?
Yeah.
They can drink themselves to death, but that's okay because it's legal. But the other one, they want to do a bump here and there, you can't.
Well, alcohol has no medical use.
No, and it doesn't have medical use, right?
I mean, actually, heroin does have a medical use.
Right.
So does ecstasy.
Yeah, that ecstasy, they're doing a big test on that.
Yeah, the guy who invented that made it for medical use. He didn't make it to get all whacked out. You know what I mean? And in other countries, they do have it legal and they use it. And it does help people, you know, like dose correctly. And shit. I think depression and
post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
And they're doing a big experiment in the States for that because it's come positive, really positive effects.
In the States here?
Yeah, yeah. I saw an article 5 years ago.
Never. You'll be looking at the article for the next 50 years.
Check this out. Guy comes back from, it was Afghanistan, and psychiatrist. And they gave him every medication in the world, and there was nothing he could do. He was just shot, you know, PTSD. And he decides, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go out and start partying. Goes out and takes every drug he can think of and get to just clear his mind. He goes out and gets some ecstasy one night. He's never tried it. He pops a couple pills and wakes up the next morning, and he's feeling fucking great. He goes to his doctor and he tells the doctor, this is what I did. Now, the doctor knew that this stuff is for depression and anxiety, and that doctor wrote a letter and had to the FDA, got approval for experiment. Really? Cured the guy. Cured.
And where was this at?
He had PTSD. He was in the U.S. He was a soldier, came back from Afghanistan.
I mean, what state? Do you know what state it was?
Oh, I don't know the state. I don't know the state, but yeah, you can Google it. And this he got cured from a couple pills of ecstasy.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what it was made for. That's what it was originally made for, and then it just got out of hand. Don, pull up the tab where it says how much we pay per prisoner. Okay, you got it. So scroll down there. What is it? $34,000. $34,704, and then which comes out to $94 a day. Jesus. That's insane. And that was in 2017?
Yeah, there's so much money in this. That's why they got the private prisons.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. The private prisons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, they're killing it. So we have more prisons than any other country.
We got more prisoners than China.
Yeah.
They're not sick.
And
China, they got 1 billion people.
I was just gonna say China's got 1 billion people. How many people we have?
400
million?
Yeah, about
something like that.
They got 1 billion people
because
they don't fuck around. That's the deal.
Yeah.
Listen, you want something really gone. You say, okay, if you get caught with this, we're going to kill you. When they kill you, I mean, your trial lasts a week, and that's with appeals. And when you appeal in China, you go in front of the same judge 3 times. On your final appeal at the end of the week on Friday, and you lose that one, you're going to be dead on Monday.
Yeah.
There's no waiting. There's none of that bullshit. No, you're done. You got a week. You might have a month tops.
In China they had this thing called clenbuterol. And it's like a
asthma pill.
Yeah, asthma pill. Well, there's albuterol and clenbuterol.
Yep.
Well, in China, clenbuterol used to be all over the place, right? Well, somehow a farmer because for animals it's a steroid, right? So a farmer in China or whatever had given it to like a cow, and then the cow, they cut the meat and it killed 2 kids. So so they banned it. So now if you're caught with this shit, they hang you.
Oof.
Hang you, fuck you, kill you, like killed. like you're dead.
Done. Quickly.
Like there's no jail. There's no trial.
They don't fuck around.
No, they like if you're caught with that, you are dead.
Yeah, you ever see them? They put that thing around your neck and they shackle you and they put a cage over your head.
They really do that.
They
shit.
wheel your ass. Yeah, the death squad they call it.
They really do that shit.
They don't fuck around, China.
Yeah. Now you were telling me about La Patrona.
La Patrona. Well, she's.
I saw the documentary.
Yeah.
But you explain it because you're better than me.
She's like the Pablo Escobar right now of Colombia. So just recently they put a newspaper article on her saying how big of an organization she runs. She's the boss, right? And she gets paid for everything, transport here, the United States, Europe, all over the world, distribution, okay? Like we're talking the kingpins of kingpins. And the newspaper article says they're going to put tariffs against her, sanctions. They're going to sanction her. Now, you sit there and you go, wait a minute. A sanction is usually against the country, right?
Yeah.
You sanction Iran, you sanction... This girl's got so much money that they're going to sanction her. What are they going to do? Stop her from banking? And, so it doesn't make any sense. They didn't say, we're coming after her. We're going to extradite her, which they extradite everybody out of Colombia. Now it's easy. Before they didn't, 20 years ago. But, or maybe 30. But now that with extradition, someone that big, they knew all that stuff that they have on her, they would go get her. Why aren't they getting her?
Wow.
She's cooperating.